Hi everyone, my name is Quinn. My pronouns are they, them, and welcome to Lucid Moons. I'm so excited to be here. This is the first video I'm sharing here on YouTube. And yeah, if you're here watching, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm going to start taking a journey, let's say, through my tarot and oracle collection. It's, nearing the end of 2023. We're in November, and I'm trying not to buy any more decks this year and trying to do a low buy year next year. I acquired a lot of decks in 2023, which is totally cool, and I'm not judging myself for that. However, I do feel very saturated in my collection. And yeah, I'm just kind of wanting to take inventory of what I have. I want to go through, I want to look at all my decks. I want to react to them, talk about what I love about them, talk about any issues I have with them, whether I'm using them or not. You guys know the drill. But yeah, so join me on this journey. Help me, walk through and kind of process all of the decks that I have. And I'm not going to be like pulling any right this minute, but I am just kind of, noticing my reactions and how I'm feeling and, what's working, what's not working with, the intent of maybe moving some along in the future to create a little extra space on my shelves as well as in my brain, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to start by sharing some mass market tarot decks with you. I'm probably going to do about 10 decks per video because I don't want to make them super long, and I only have little short windows of alone time. So that's why we're here. It's evening time. Is this the best lighting? No. Do I have the best setup? No. Is there dog hair on my black altar cloth? Yes, there is. But you know what? I'm not going to let my perfectionist tendencies hold me back from filming this, from creating this. I'm just gonna throw it out there. So it's a big moment for me. It's vulnerable. But yeah, so join me. I will be sharing more videos of my collection. I'm gonna break it up by like mass market tarot, mass market oracle, indie tarot, indie oracle, etc. So there will be numerous videos to come. And yeah, I don't want to limit myself with this channel. I just want this to be about me. And I really like tarot and oracle. It's like one of my main special interests, and I want to share that and be part of this community, but I also want to express other things and make other types of content about me and my life in the future, so just be aware of that. But I would love for you to continue to hang out with me, so if you're interested, it would help me a lot just getting started if you could like the video and possibly subscribe. That would be really, really cool. So sweet, let's start looking at some mass market tarot decks. The first one I'm going to grab is the very beautiful Fyodor Pavlov tarot. This is by US Games. It was definitely a little bit on the pricier side for a mass market deck, and please forgive me, I'm still getting my shit together with this. Like, I don't know, I'm struggling with the cards a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna get better with time, growth mindset. I love this deck. It's very luxe. It's very just high quality for a mass market deck. The artwork is gorgeous. As soon as I heard this deck was going mass market, I like pre-ordered it immediately. I'm a fan of this artist. I love supporting queer artists, trans artists. Fyodor Pavlov is trans, and I think he just creates really beautiful art. I love that it's diverse, but it still feels like it's like in an older time or in kind of like a fantasy world in a way, maybe. I love the internal consistency with the colors of each suit incorporated through the minimal color palette. And I love to see trans and gender non-conforming people and queer people and all types of people in this deck. I love this. Yeah, this is an absolutely stunning deck. It's a favorite of mine, so I feel like it's very secure in my collection. The next deck I'm going to show you is fairly new to me. This is the Tricksters Journey Tarot by Jia Sung. This is a really, really pretty deck. I haven't, it's fairly new to me. I think I've been holding off because I'm really gonna bring it out in like the late winter, early spring, maybe something around there. I love the color palette. I love the imagery. I do believe, I could be wrong, this is off the top of my head, I believe this is based on a legend from China, and it's kind of like a queer spin or a queer interpretation, I believe. It's really unique. I'm really drawn to the artwork. I love any decks that incorporate animals. I'm like a sucker for animal decks. Me and my partner both, we love animals. That's like one of our shared special interests. Her even more so than I. But yeah, I'm really into it, and it's just got some really unique characters and animals that you don't see in a lot of other decks. Ooh, I love that. So I am really looking forward to getting to know this one a little bit more. But I love the art. I think it's so cool. And it comes with a really good guidebook, if I remember correctly. Okay, next up, it's time for a cutie pie. The Kawaii Taro. This is by LuLu Mayo. This one is so cute. I don't know if I've been showing all the backs, but I'll get the hang of it eventually. I love adorable decks. I do have like a little mini collection. I'll make a video about them someday, about them all, but I love like cute, adorable decks. Some people don't, and that's totally fair. I get it. But like, come on, like it just makes me so happy. It puts a smile on my face, you know what I'm saying? And some people say this deck is like too busy for them, but like I don't actually think it's busy. First of all, I like decks that are busy, but I really don't think this one's that bad. And it's pretty new to me. Once again, I haven't had a chance to play. I'm gonna bring it out in like probably like February, around Valentine's Day. That time of year, I think it'll be really cute, or sometime in the spring, in the late winter or spring once again. But I just love it, and I've heard other people say that this deck is actually really direct. So, and I believe it. I feel like a lot of adorable decks are really direct. Okay, moving right along. I keep it in a little bag. I don't have the box anymore. I don't keep a lot of tarot boxes, especially if they're big. I just don't have space. Live in a small space. This is the Tarot of the Divine by Yoshitani. I've edged mine in like teal-ish. It's super beautiful. Oh, sorry for the interruption. I have disruptive neighbors and disruptive pets. This is the Tarot of the Divine by Yoshitani. This is a really cool deck. I love the concept of it. I love the artwork. I love the color palette. It is, I also believe, a pretty queer deck. I've had a hard time connecting with this one, but I've had a hard time letting it go because it was a gift from a really good friend who used to be someone I lived with, like a roommate and a really close friend, like a best friend, and they moved away. Why am I like this? I don't know. Like when someone gives me something, it's so hard for me to release it. I think it's really cool. I think I get a little tripped up on the like legends and folk tales, etc. behind these cards, and I need to maybe just not focus on that anymore and try to take it at face value. But then again, like the folk tales are really like, I know it's based on that, so I feel bad, but they're kind of like confusing for me sometimes when I'm trying to do a reading. So I've kind of tried using it as like a one card pull and reading the story, but I don't know, it just wasn't working for me. So I'm not sure about this one. Like I said, it's really hard for me to give it up because it's sentimental, and I also really genuinely like it. Like I think it's gorgeous and it's such a cool concept. I'm still figuring out if it works for me. So the next one is the Spheres of Heaven Tarot by Eliot, Baum, Georg, Hobmeier, Viv Tanner, and James Patton. Whew, that is a mouthful of different people. Once again, I know I'm saying this about all these decks, but this one's pretty new. Same thing. I feel like it's gonna come out in winter, maybe spring. Has that really beautiful color palette. This is a gorgeous deck. It's a pip deck. I'm not a huge like pip person. I try not to get like too many, but I can get behind these pips because they're really beautiful and calming and spacious. And you know, that's what they do say, like people who loved pip decks is like the pips are more open, like they're open to more interpretation, or you can even like go back down to like more basic like numerological meanings, which I think is really cool, and I want to practice that more. I love this. There is trans femme representation in this deck, which I love. There is diversity in this deck in terms of like skin tone, and there's queer relationships in the deck. It's very calming. It's very beautiful. Yeah, I think it's really cool. Look at this. I think it's really cool. This is the Spheres of Heaven Tarot. I'm not going to list all authors again. You can find it if you search it. Okay, moving right along. Okay. This is the White Newman Tarot. I keep mine in a pouch. I got rid of the box. Beautiful box. Love those backs. I have the special edition that came with extras and stuff, but I didn't really keep most of that stuff. I just have the deck. Here's one of the extra cards. This is a really pretty deck. I love the characters in this deck. I feel like they're really like sassy and like presumptuous. Like, look at this. She's like so judging you. Like, she's not in the mood for your bullshit. And I love that. I think it's really creative. This is by Alba BG, by the way. I love the colors. I love the style. I've had a lot of success. I don't read for other people very often. It's very like vulnerable for me. I have done like some client readings in the past, and obviously for friends and family, but it's not something I do regularly. I love this. But yeah, this is was a deck I was really successful with in reading for others, because it's very RWS, but it's also unique. It has some diversity. It could be better, but has some, and it's goes its own way as well. I love all the aces have these hands. Yeah, it's a really cool deck. I like it. I'm pretty certain it's gonna stay with me, but it's one that, you know, I don't know, I'm open to possibly rehoming in the long term. Next up is the Starspinner Tarot by Trungles. Such a cool deck. This is one that I had gifted to a friend, or like I let them borrow it and they kept it, and I was like, cool. And then I missed it and I repurchased it. The backs are gorgeous. It's a fairy tale based deck. Trungles is a queer artist as well. Maybe you're noticing a little theme here in my tastes, in my collection trends. It's beautiful. The guidebook is crap. It doesn't give you any information about the legends, but I mean, like, I love it. Like, this one works for me a little better than the Tarot of the Divine. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they feel less specific, or there's less of them, because like the suits are based on like one fairy tale or type of fairy tale. Like all of the cups cards are like mermaids and Little Mermaid, and so it's like maybe less overwhelming, or like more general like fairies in the wands. I don't know. I really don't know. I love the colors though, and I love the art style. I love Trungles. There's multiple lovers cards showcasing different genders. Oh, my heart. I love that. Wow, they're all together. Did I do that on purpose? It's beautiful. It's a really cool deck. Okay, we're almost done with part one. We have a few more left. Next up, this one is just kept in a bag as well. This is the Tarot del Fuego. I can't think of the artist's name off the top of my head. Don't come for me. This is one of like Ricardo Cavolo. Oh my god, I shouldn't say that. I feel like I just made that up. This is one of the first decks I ever trimmed and edged, and it looks like shit. Like, I did a really bad job, but like, I don't know. It's like, that's the thing with like I don't know, it still looks great. Like, you wouldn't be able to tell from this angle. At least I'm not. I don't mind it. It's special, right? And I love, it was already small cards and I made it even tinier. Okay. Ooh, the shaking. This deck is chaotic. Now, I'll admit, this one is chaotic, but I love it. And weirdly, I know some people get distracted, but for me, it's like a chance to like dive in and find different like meanings and intuitive hits. And it's kind of based on RWS and kind of based on Marseille, but it's also like just does its own thing in some of the cards and is super weird. But weirdly, this deck is super accurate, super spot on, but at the same time really intuitive. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I read it intuitively, a lot of the art, and it's like just such good. It's such a good reader for me, which some people might find weird, but it works for me. It really does. I really enjoy this deck. That's the Taro del Fuego. Okay, I have one. I'm gonna like run and grab because it's like a 2-for-1. Okay. I have the Next World Tarot, the big boy and the baby boy. I have the pocket edition and the full size. I'll like quickly just show you what the pocket edition looks like. I had the pocket edition first, but I wanted to see, this was a gift from my beautiful partner, this edition. And it's really small. It's great for on the go. I've edged mine in pink. It shows some wear and tear. And I think maybe, I don't know, this one's kind of weird. I don't know if this is mass market. Like, you can get it on Amazon, both copies, I'm pretty sure. So I'm putting it here, but if I'm wrong, if it's actually not mass market, I do apologize. It took me a little while to get this deck after I started really getting into tarot. But I knew a couple people. That old roommate I mentioned had this deck and kind of shared it with me for a while. And another really good friend of mine first showed me this deck several years ago, and I was just blown away because I didn't know before that point that decks like this existed. I didn't know, that there was queer decks that showed people that look like me and that look like my community and the world around me, and that also tackled like really powerful and like difficult themes like this deck does. So if you don't know, it's about these people living in the next world. So it's basically an imagining of what life could be, kind of like in an apocalyptic world, but it's like a very realistic apocalypse. Like, it's like kind of like our very near future / kind of our present. But these people are finding ways to thrive, to love themselves, to overcome trauma, to build community, to resist. And I find this deck really powerful and beautiful and inspiring in so many ways. And it's a favorite in my collection, and it will always be very, very, very important to me. So yeah, I'm going to stop there for now and keep it nice and short and sweet. That was Mass Market Tarot Part 1. I will have one more video coming up of the rest of my Mass Market Tarot decks, followed by some other categories in the future. So thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you hanging out with me on this lovely evening and spending some time with me as I go through my decks. That's super awesome, and I'm very thankful. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, whoever you are, wherever you are. Bye-bye.